Even millions of years after they mysteriously disappeared off the face of the earth, dinosaurs still fascinate people. These humongous creatures were once at the top of the food chain on our planet, a place we humans occupy today. So naturally, we keep wondering what it would be like if they still existed today and how we would interact with them. This topic has been the inspiration of almost every monster-driven franchise since their inception. The first Digimon ever created was also a dinosaur. But in Digimon, dinosaurs come with an extra layer of creativity, with added mechanical parts, armor, many variations of design through evolutions, and of course creative special attacks. The title of the first dinosaur Digimon, but also the first Digimon ever created, goes to Tyrannomon, a Digimon inspired by the Tyrannosaurus, one of the most fearsome animals of its time 70 million years ago. This dinosaur was up to 6 meters high, with a skull the size of an average human. Its 60 teeth, each 20 centimeters long, could bite with a force 3 times more powerful than that of a lion, easily crushing bones of its prey. When drawing the first Digimon characters, the legendary Digimon designer Watanabe Kenji wanted them to look like powerful monsters, so he and his team opted for a Tyrannosaurus motif. If you're interested in learning more about the creation of the first Digimon and the virtual pets, you can check out the video I did a while ago on that topic. Tyrannomon, the first dinosaur Digimon, mows down everything with his 2 developed arms and huge tail. Because he is considered the blueprint of a Digimon and has high intelligence, he is highly valued by beginner tamers who raise him with care. His special attack is Fire Breath, which spits crimson flames the same color as his body. While Tyrannomon looks like a tamed version of a Tyrannosaurus, his X variant is closer to T-Rex in both design and personality. Throughout his forms, evolutions and X variants, Tyrannomon retains the Tyrannosaurus motif, building upon the well-established Digimon creativity. Originally a Tyrannomon species, Dark Tyrannomon's body has been eroded by a computer virus, transforming him into a more aggressive, menacing-looking Digimon. Master Tyrannomon evolved from Tyrannomon after winning a fierce battle, with scars all over his body, as proof of surviving countless battles. Metal Tyrannomon is a cyborg Tyrannomon whose body has been modified to acquire great power as a ground interceptor Digimon. Rust Tyrannomon has been surviving countless battles that have lasted since the genesis of the digital world and evolved alongside it. There is also a puppet version called X-Tyrannomon, with a Digimon hiding inside a stuffed animal in the shape of a Tyrannomon. Dynamon is the pinnacle evolution of Tyrannomon, who looks like the most famous monster inspired by dinosaurs, Godzilla. Dynamon has awakened ancient power that dinosaur Digimon reach after long battles. His tremendous energy appears as a glow on the surface of his body. As the battle heats up, the black scales that cover Dynamon turn red with heat, allowing him to use the energy in his body for attacks with greater efficiency. When Dynamon fights, the surrounding area turns into a barren wasteland of charcoal and lava. After a battle, he has the habit of diving into the sea to cool his overheated body. His special attacks are Burning End, which uses his flaming claws to reduce opponents to charcoal, and Dino Breath, when he emits light from his dorsal fin and the surface of his body, and unleashes an ultra-high temperature heat ray that melts down everything. We covered the first dinosaur Digimon and his forms first, but we would be lying if we said the first dinosaur Digimon is also the most popular one. That title, as you can guess, goes to Greymon, the orange dinosaur with blue marks all over his body. Greymon's iconic design is borrowed from Ceratosaurus, one of the biggest hunters in the Jurassic period, who lived approximately 150 million years ago. Its name means horned lizard because of the big horn on its head, as well as a row of bony armor running along its back. It was around 7 meters long and 2 meters tall. Like Ceratosaurus, Greymon has a distinctive skin hardened into a protective carapace around his skull. Aggressive by nature, Greymon uses his sharp claws and colossal horns as lethal weapons. His special attack is Mega Flame, which shoots scorching flames from his mouth, reducing everything to ashes. Being one of the most popular dinosaur Digimon, Greymon went on to get many variations and subspecies. Unlike Tyrannomon, Greymon's evolutions don't always stick to the dinosaur theme, with a lot of them becoming humanoid as they evolve, like War Greymon, Victory Greymon, Blitz Greymon, and so on. Geo Greymon is a more ferocious-looking Greymon, whose carapace and the entire body have developed to become lethal weapons, giving him a more aggressive appearance. Greymon Blue is a virus-type Greymon with a bluish-black body color and increased ferocity, making him a truly wild Greymon. Greymon 2010 is a more Tyrannosaurus-looking Greymon whose ruthless and brutal nature won't stop until the opponent is annihilated. Greymon's forms, X-variants and evolutions are a fascinating array of Digimon, and if you want to learn more about them, I covered them in another video. Almon is an armored dinosaur Digimon inspired by Allosaurus, who lived about 150 million years ago during the late Jurassic period. Its name means different lizard because of its unique concave vertebra. He can grow up to 10 meters and had a skull equipped with dozens of sharp, serrated teeth. Its teeth were up to 10 centimeters long, curved backwards to prevent prey from escaping. Almon is particularly ferocious among dinosaur Digimon and is in an antagonistic relationship with Tyrannomon. He has strong leg strength and can run at breakneck speed by tilting his head forward and assuming a horizontal position. His special attack is Dino Burst, which spits out extremely hot air. Dino Rexon is a carnivorous dinosaur Digimon inspired by Deinonychus, a small meat-eating dinosaur that lived in North America during the early Cretaceous period around 100 million years ago. Its name comes from ancient Greek and means terrible claw. Terrible claw refers to the unusually large, sickle-shaped talon on the second toe of each hind foot. It also had a long stiff tail to help balance his weight. Dino Rexon was given the name King of Terror due to his strength far beyond that of other dinosaur Digimon. He captures opponents with his long claws that take up nearly half of his body, bites them with his huge jaws and kills them. His extremely cruel behavior is the best way to endure in a world of the survival of the fittest, and is the reason he is called a king. His special attacks are Splatter Hunting, which captures and kills opponents with his claws, and Auger Flame, which fires a semi-liquid ultra-high heat grenade similar to magma from his mouth. Monochromon is a dinosaur Digimon with a rhinoceros-like horn on the tip of his nose. He is based on Monoclonius, a dinosaur known for its single-root teeth, thus his name, which means thick single sprout. This was an herbivorous, medium-sized dinosaur who walked on 4 short legs with hoofed toes. It had a bulky body, weighing up to 2 tons, and a short, thick tail. Its head was huge, with a small frill on it, a single nose horn and 2 smaller horns over its eyes. It lived approximately 75 million years ago in what is now North America. Monochromon's gigantic horn takes up half of his body length. Its material is as hard as diamond, and it is said that there is nothing that this horn cannot pierce. He is herbivorous and has a relatively docile personality, but once he is angered, he unleashes a terrifying counterattack from his heavy tank-like body. His special attack is a powerful flame bullet Volcano Strike. His X variant has an even larger sword-like horn and has turned into an even harder shell. Vermilimon is a form of Monochromon whose color is reflected in his name. He lives near volcanoes, and his armor-like skin is as hard as diamonds to make it resistant to the heat of volcanoes. Parasaurmon is a gentle dinosaur-type Digimon that lives in warm climates, inspired by Parasaurophiles that lived in what is now North America during the late Cretaceous period. This duck-billed dinosaur had a long distinctive head crest which was hollow. Therefore his name means lizard crest. Nobody really knows what the crest was for, and some theories say this dinosaur would blow air through the crest to communicate with others, to spot members of its species, or to control its body temperature. The crest probably had more than one use. Similarly, Parasaurmon spreads scent from under his crest to inform his tribe of his location, and every individual has a slightly different smell. Other Digimon are attracted to this smell and try to attack him, but he spits out a paralyzing gas from his mouth Pulsy Sweet. In battle he unleashes a loud ultra-low pitched cry Wavy Octavist, which can even shatter rocks, drawing an area of several dozen meters into a vortex of destruction. Spinomon is a dinosaur Digimon that lives in the lush jungle and is based on Spinosaurus. This spine lizard lived in what is now North Africa about 95 million years ago in humid tidal flats and mangrove forests. It was the largest known terrestrial carnivore, whose height reached up to 14 meters and weighed up to 8 tons. The distinctive neural spines of Spinosaurus, which were long extensions of the vertebra, grew to at least 1.5 meters long and likely had skin connecting them, forming a sail-like structure. Its legs were very short in proportion to the body. The spine sail of Spinosaurus is reflected in Spinomon's spine blades, which are his greatest characteristic, giving him excellent defensive and offensive power. He boasts one of the greatest power among all the dinosaur Digimon. His special attacks are Sonic/Rain, which fires the blades on his back all at once, and Blue Prominence, which heats up the metal accumulated in his body to 15,000 degrees, turns it into plasma and shoots it out. The blades on his back grow endlessly, so he never runs out of ammo. Tricernomon is a bipedal ceratopsian Digimon with the appearance of a Triceratops, a dinosaur that lived 60 million years ago in what is now western North America. Its name means three-horned face, and its skull is one of the largest and most striking of any land animal. Triceratops is easily one of the most recognizable dinosaurs and the best-known ceratopsian. It was also one of the largest, measuring around 9 meters long and weighing up to 10 tons. It is often depicted in museums and popular media battling a Tyrannosaurus. The function of its frills and 3 distinctive facial horns on the head have stirred many debates, but most likely they served for species identification, courtship and displaying dominance. Tricernomon has one of the strongest offensive powers among herbivorous dinosaur Digimon. His skin is among the toughest of all biological Digimon. Like the skin, the 2 horns growing from his forehead are ultra hard, far harder than Monochromon's. His special attack is Tri-Horn Attack, in which he charges at the enemy with the 2 horns on his forehead and the horn on his nose. Brachimon is a plesior-type Digimon similar to Brachiosaurus, a dinosaur that lived in North America 150 million years ago. With its disproportionately long neck and large overall size, Brachiosaurus is among the first creatures that comes to mind when one thinks about dinosaurs. Since it was an herbivore, the long neck likely served to reach tall tree-like plants. It is estimated to have been up to 30 meters long, with a body mass ranging from 28 to 47 tons. Brachimon is quite heavy among dinosaur Digimon, and being stepped on by his gigantic body would not end well. However, since he is herbivorous and docile, he does not attack recklessly. His special attack is Brachiobubble, which spits out countless bubbles to attack the enemy. His evolved form Ultimate Brachimon retains the Brachiosaurus motif, but adds a monoclonius crest as well as a lot of mechanized parts. Ankylomon is an armored dinosaur Digimon whose entire body is covered in a hardened skin, much like his inspiration Ankylosaurus. This dinosaur lived about 60 million years ago in western North America at the very end of the Cretaceous period, making it one of the last of the non-avian dinosaurs. This fused lizard, which is the meaning behind its name, was almost 8 meters long and could weigh up to 8 tons. It was quadrupedal with a broad, robust body. It had a wide, low skull with 2 horns pointing backward from the back of the head. It was covered in armor plates, and its tail ended with a large club. All of this can be seen reflected in Ankylomon's design. Not only is his skin hardened, but hard protrusions jut from all over his body, making his charging attacks extremely destructive. This is an herbivorous Digimon, but is by no means timid and has a brave personality. His special attacks are Megatron Press, in which he leaps high into the air and crushes the enemy with his huge body, and Tail Hammer, in which he violently slams the iron ball at the end of his tail into the enemy. Tyrannomon is an armored pterosaur Digimon, more specifically inspired by Pteranodon, a dinosaur whose name means winged and toothless. As a genus of pterosaurs that included some of the largest flying reptiles, its wingspan was over 6 meters. They lived during the late Cretaceous period, about 85 million years ago in central North America, which was then covered by a seaway. This large pterosaur spent its days flying over the ocean, rarely returning to land. Tyrannomon can fly at the highest altitude of all flying Digimon and has excellent eyesight, being able to see the enemy even from 10,000 meters above the ground. His special attack, Beak Pierce, involves dropping vertically from the sky and piercing the enemy with his sharp nose, penetrating even the thickest armor and destroying the enemy's Digicore with unparalleled accuracy. Another pterosaur Digimon is Pteromon, who flies freely through the skies above vast forests. The horn on his head is soft and serves as a sensory organ, able to detect changes in the weather by reading the wind. His special attacks are Wind Slicer, a slash that sends out blades of wind by swinging the wings on his arms, and Rumble Claw, which stabs the enemy with the claws on his feet while flying. Stegomon is an armored Digimon based on the Stegosaurus, a dinosaur that lived 150 million years ago during the late Jurassic period on the territory of the United States. This roof lizard was a large, slow-moving plant eater that used to defend itself from predators using the powerful spiked tail. It was up to 7 meters long and weighed up to 5 tons. The bony plates along its back were embedded in the skin, not attached to its skeleton, which is why in most fossil finds the plates are separated from the body. They may have served to scare off predators or for members of the same species to recognize each other. Compared to the rest of its body, Stegosaurus had a small head and its brain was around the size of a plum. Stagomon also has countless blades on his back. They are used to defend against attacks from enemies while also counterattacking and can be moved in any direction at Stagomon's will. He can also attack with the spikes on his tail, but it is said that he mostly receives attacks from enemies and then repels them with his blades. His special attack is Shell Needle Rain, which launches the blades on his back into the sky and rains down on the enemy. There are not many Digimon that can avoid the raining blades, but if all of his attacks are dodged, Stagomon will lose all blades and be practically naked, so he seems to avoid using this attack. Gausmon is a small Digimon based on Gausosaurus, a carnivorous theropod that lived around 160 million years ago in the middle of the Jurassic period in today's China. This gasoline lizard was only 4 meters long and weighed around 150 kilograms. Gausmon's design looks like it mocks Gausosaurus's size, and he also barks a lot and has a competitive spirit, a characteristic of small dogs. He can also run away quickly and is extremely agile. If he hides in a patch of grass, it is virtually impossible to track him, but he will start barking again after a while, and his location will be quickly discovered. Since he specializes in running on land, he is terrible in water and cannot swim at all. In fact, he cannot even cross a stream that is 10 centimeters deep, and sometimes you can come across a Gausmon drowning and unconscious in a puddle. His special attacks are a moderately hot flamethrower called Kilo Flame and a powerful headbutt called Head Strike. As you can see, there are many Digimon who are based on specific dinosaurs, but there are also those who resemble dinosaurs or have dinosaur characteristics. Greymon's child form Agumon is another very popular dinosaur Digimon that is only at the child level. Still, this mini T-Rex shows a lot of courage and has a very ferocious and fearless personality, with his fiery special attack Baby Flame and sharp claws on both hands and feet, which are very effective in battle. Like Greymon, Agumon has many different variants, subspecies and X-forms, which were either born from a different environment, like Yuki Agumon, who lives in snowy areas and can camouflage himself easily due to his color, or the virus attribute Agumon Black, whose color was changed entirely to black. There is also Agumon 2006, with red leather bands around his arms, Agumon Hakase, who has a PhD in studying the digital world and Digimon, Bushi Agumon, a super swordsman, Toy Agumon, a small dinosaur toy made of Lego bricks, and many more. Most Agumon also have an X-antibody variant, and some of these subspecies have subspecies of their own. If you want to check all the different Agumon variants, I covered them in a separate video. Tuskmon is a super heavyweight dinosaur Digimon with gigantic horns growing from his shoulders. He looks like a T-Rex with horns, bent forward as if running to catch its prey. This is also reflected in his personality, as he charges forward and destroys everything in his path, earning him the nickname Panzer Digimon. He specializes in charging type body slamming techniques and has defeated countless Digimon with these attacks. The stars on both arms represent the number of Digimon he has defeated so far. 1 star is 100 Digimon. Also, even if the sharp, teeth-like horns on his shoulders break, the broken horns fall off, and new horns grow forward from behind, so destroying Tuskmon's horns is pointless. His special attack is the Super Dreadnought Punch Panzer Knuckle. Gilmon is a Digimon with the appearance of a dinosaur that still retains a hint of his youth. Though he is still in the growth period, he harbors the ferocity of a carnivorous beast and has the potential to become a guardian of the digital world. His signature move is Rock Breaker, which can destroy even rocks with his strong front claws. His special attack is Fireball, which spits out a powerful flame bullet. His adult form Greymon is a bigger, less childish Gilmon who became more ferocious. Greymon's roar is powerful enough to shake the earth, and before a fight he will roar aggressively to intimidate the enemy. His signature move is Plasma Blade, which generates plasma from the blades on both of his elbows and attacks the enemy. His special attack is Exhaust Flame, which spits out powerful flames accompanied by an explosive sound. Where Greymon goes, Panamon follows, since their designs are very similar, but Panamon also incorporates data from music and punk rock culture fashion. His personality is aggressive and rebellious, as if embodying the anarchic spirit of punk rock. His special attacks are Blitzkrieg Bop, in which he blows fire into the brass knuckles on both hands before punching the opponent and imprinting the Digimoji punk on them, and Anarchist Flame, which fires blue flame bullets from his mouth. Although their names and lore are based on celestial bodies, Gamamon and his evolutions have a distinct feature on their head, inspired by the crest of ceratopsian dinosaurs, with Gamamon and Wezengamamon looking the most like dinosaurs. Another example of a Digimon that looks like a dinosaur is Elizamon and his evolution Dimetramon, which are based on the frilled lizard and Dimetrodon. Although Dimetrodon's appearance resembles a dinosaur, they do not share the same ancestor and are more related to mammals. Another example would be Plesiomon, based on Plesiosaurus, a type of marine reptile that was not a dinosaur but coexisted with them. Atama Deimon is a dinosaur Digimon with an unbalanced head and body. His head is always heavy, making it hard for him to walk, and even though he doesn't mean to, he will bang his head and destroy things. He doesn't like fighting, is full of maternal love, and is always concerned about Mini Deimon, whom he raises and protects in his mouth. While the strange-looking Atama Deimon is an adult-level Digimon, his Mini Deimon is a child Digimon, often mistaken for a baby. He speaks so loudly that even Mini Deimon has to cover his ears, and he gets even louder when he adds Deka to the end of his sentences. When Mini Deimon is in danger, he will fight to survive. He uses his drum explosion to yell at the highest volume, to check the opponent's movements, and takes the opportunity to crush the enemy with Head Crush, shaking his head down from above with all his might. Mini Deimon also cooperates, breathing fire from his mouth with Mini Deka Flame, but it is said that it is impossible to tell whether the flame is small or large until it is released. Which dinosaur Digimon is your favorite? Tell me in the comments below. If you want to support me, you can do so on Patreon or the Buy Me Coffee website, the links are in the description below. Thank you for watching, stay tuned for more Digimon videos. P.S. Make sure to follow my community page on YouTube, as I also post updates about upcoming videos there.